Hello fellow humans and welcome to the Madhouse. I'm Josh and today's video is just going to be a short one because my main focus is on the first Letterbomb video. Letterbomb, as I'm sure you'll remember, is actually on a second channel I've come up with. It's a collaboration channel with that a few friends and I have set up, which I'm really looking forward to. The first video will go up at around the same time as this one. It's the LGBTQIA plus book and film club. But that's enough about Letterbomb. This video then is instead going to be Extravafangza Tag by the Eclectic Aficionado. She's got a great channel, she's just starting out on BookTube too. Go and check her out. It's a fairly simple one. It's essentially based on supernatural series but with a particular reference to vampires and werewolves, which is good because I don't really read many supernatural books at all, and of those that I have it's almost all vampires and werewolves. So I suppose it is fitting with this theme that I'm dressed in head to toe black and I'm putting on my sunglasses. Now I really look like a creature of the night, don't I? That or someone who's trying to be extremely hipster and failing. You decide. No, stuff that don't decide, I've decided because I can't see my notes. Number 1, Blood Bank. Best book or series in the supernatural genre, and for that I would say the Kate Daniels series by Alona Andrews. It's a hell of a lot of fun, and there's a rare thing with supernatural and urban fantasy fiction here. A strong female protagonist done exceptionally well. Number 2, Fanged. Most mainstream series. Well, to be honest, I think I'm going to go with what everybody who's taking part in this will say, and with Twilight, because everybody knows what it is. It was impossible to escape from it a few years ago. Number 3, Failed Fledgling, worst series and why? Well, I'm going to again agree with the majority with this one and say the House of Night series by PC and Kristen Cast, which I really loved at first. It was such an intriguing take on it with the marks on it and how the adult vampires are the ones who can't go out in sunlight, so they need the young ones. And it was really interesting because it more focused on the magic side of it than the vampire side. But it went downhill very quickly. I have the first book, I don't have the rest. I read until about the 5th one and had to stop. Number 4, Lineage. Most interesting take on the genre, and for that I'm going to go with the vampires in the Kate Daniels series because they are really interesting. They're little more than mindless killers piloted by necromancers. They are fascinating and scary. Give it a try. Number 5, Bloodbath. Book or series with the most action, and for that I'm going to have to say the Sookie Stackhouse or Southern Vampire Mysteries. They are the same thing, just the 2 different names of it. And if you've seen True Blood, you will understand why. There's barely a moment that goes by without someone using someone's heart as a drinking vessel. Number 6, Bloodlust. Book or series with the steamiest scenes. Now, I'm going to have to say the Sookie Stackhouse series again, but mainly because of True Blood this time, the television show. Because Alexander Skarsgård is Eric Northman. My goodness. Gets my heart racing every time. Number 7, First Quencher. Most satisfying series. I personally found this one really difficult because I can't actually think of many supernatural series that I actually read to the end because they got too cringeworthy. I had to stop with the House of Night, I had to stop with the Sookie Stackhouse, I've had to stop with the Kate Daniels series, although that's mainly because I was at home when my brother got the last book. That wasn't through choice. Therefore, it is with a heavy heart that I'm going to have to say Twilight, because I read it to the end, and it was the only ending that was expected. I was disappointed there was no battle, obviously, because they were building up to it, but it was entirely anticipated. Number 8, Sundown. Most believable creature, and for that I'm going to have to go with the vampires in the Kate Daniels series again, because the vampires in that, they are dead. They're rotting, so they're treated with chemicals and they're becoming more bat-like, and they have no mind of their own. Their mind died ages ago. They have to be controlled by someone else, and it makes sense if you look at it from that perspective, and it's a hell of a lot of fun. Number 9, and I'm afraid I can't put that finger up properly, is Feeding Frenzy. Most interesting culture or creature dynamic, and for that I have to say the vampires in the Sookie Stackhouse novels. Unlike in the TV series where there is some overarching vampire authority, in the books the US is split into 4 areas with different names, and within those there are numerous kingdoms. And it's really interesting, and I wanted to know more about how this system came about. Number 10, Master. Sexiest character. Now, I was tempted to go for Eric Northman, but now I'll spice it up a little bit actually and say Cullen, my golden lion from the Kate Daniels series. It's just, I'm not going to explain because if I do it'll completely take the edge off it, but you'll understand why. Number 11, and I'm afraid I've run out of fingers for this one, Old Blood. Creature powers or abilities, and for that I'm going to have to say the demons, represented by Mr. Cataliades, or Cataliades, I don't know how you say his name, and his family from the True Blood series, because they can essentially grant wishes and they're immortal. Suki didn't get her mind reading powers from the fairies, no, because none of the other fairies have that. They get it from the demons. That's why her grandfather had it too, and her grandmother didn't. Number 12, the choice. Would you take the bite of night or fair? So, would you like to become a night walker or skin shifter, vampire or were creature? And while as a child I always wanted to turn into a dragon or a phoenix, so if I could become a were dragon that would be amazing. I'm going to have to say vampire. And I'm really ashamed to say that it would be the Twilight vampires, because they don't get incinerated in sunlight, and they all have their own special powers, and it would be interesting to find out what I get. But mainly the not getting incinerated part is the reason. Incineration is not good. And that's it. Remember to go and check out Letterbomb, and I suppose I'll tag Dawn from Writaholic DK, perhaps. That'll do. If I think of anyone more, I'll pop them down below. Have a nice day, and goodbye!